Hi viewers, welcome back. In this video, I'm simply going to talk about rockets to AC Prism. Okay, I'm going to talk about this device and probably unbox it for you folks to see how this device looks like. Okay, so basically this device has certain features that I want you guys to have a look at. So these are these features. The features are custom Ubiquiti Air Max AC processor, proprietary Air Prism active RF filtering technology. So this particular technology filters the noise that comes with transmitting of signal from this device. We also have GPS for superior co-location performance. I hope you all understand what GPS does. And it is actually a 2.4 gigahertz wideband operating frequency. Robust die cast aluminum design. So currently I'm unboxing this device from here whilst I talk about the features as well. So it has up to 27 dBm power outputs. It has up to 330 plus Mbps real TCP/IP throughputs. So this is how this device looks like. It is dedicated Wi-Fi radio, supports UNMS app. So 8 Wi-Fi supports user manager system application. Okay, so this is how this device looks like, and we have some documentation here that talks about. We have some documentations here which actually talks about its setup with your Android device or your Apple device. So these are certain basic components that comes with the device. Okay, this is the PoE adapter and its power cable, and we have the Prism physically here. This is how it looks physically. In a short time I will take it out and then we can see its various features that comes with it. So this is the GPS device that is attached to it. It's actually magnetic, and let me quickly open it up and then show you folks how this device works. So this is the magnetic device that comes with this radio. So let me let me take it out from the rubber. Okay, so this is how it is. Very nice and beautiful. Okay, so this is where we insert the network cable. Our RJ45 comes here. Okay, so this is your LAN port, and it has a reset button here, a small hole for the reset button in case you messed up with your configuration. Okay, and these are the various points we actually screw up a pigtail cable here. So you have one pigtail cable coming here, another pigtail cable coming here, which is where you actually connect your radio frequency antennas. Okay, this is where you connect your radio frequency antennas onto it. So it could be a sector antenna, it could be an omnidirectional antenna. All you need is a pigtail cable connected, screwed up here, and then onto those antennas. Okay, furthermore, this side is supposed to be for the GPS device that comes with it. So in this instance, I'm going to screw up the GPS device on here, and it's also a pigtail cable. So you screw up, you screw it up here, and you can attach this GPS tracker here or GPS device here onto the antenna, that's an omni antenna or the sector antenna. Okay, so basically this is how it looks like to get it working and for you to have its GPS coordinates. So in a short while we'll actually go into this device, configure it, and then we'll see everything. Okay, so I'm unscrewing it. Alright, so basically this is it about Rocket to AC Prism. This is how it looks like physically. So please, in a short while I'm going to delve into this device and then show you people exactly how it works. So please relax in your seats and watch me configure this device. So this is how it works when it's powered on. Okay, this is exactly how it works. When you have the other radio paired or the remote radio paired with this particular lookup device, you see all these lights turned on. Okay, so this is how it works when it's powered on. So first of all, I need to get my Android device connected to the Prism, and then I can proceed with its configuration from there. So currently I need to actually open my Ubiquiti user manager, UNMS UniFi. I need to actually look for it. I guess it will be around here somewhere. UISP. Yes. So I need to open this application and then make sure I can locate the Rocket Prism, which is this, and then you log in with the default IP and default username before you can proceed with any configuration. Unsupported is where you are trying to connect to. It's not supported by mobile. Okay, so let me use the web interface. So I'm currently using the web interface. Okay, so I have the details here. I can proceed and then use the default Ubiquiti username and password, which is UBNT. So username is UBNT, password is UBNT, and you select the country. So I want to select a country like the United Kingdom. The language is I leave it at default English, and you click on agree, and then you can log in. Good. Now I've logged in. Okay. I can see some details here. So first of all, it talks about the transmit power. Okay. It talks about the transmit power. And we can see the frequency ranges, the local devices that are connected to it. okay, the CPU. If we click here, we can see details. So this option gives you the way to actually change your wireless SSID and whether it is, station, point to point, or access point. Okay, so you have options like access point, point to point, access point, point to multi-point, AirMax AC. We have access point, point to multi-point, AirMax mixed, and we have station point to point and then station point to multi-point. So with this device, you can actually use these wireless models onto it to get your work done. That's the advantage with this. But in our case, we want to use we want to go with the access point, point to multi-point mixed. That's what we want to use for this case. So we've selected it, and then you are required to change the name according to what suits you. And so I use test Prism. All right, so it asks me of the channel width. I leave it on 40 megahertz. If you want it to go far, you can use 20 megahertz. Okay, but I leave it on 40 megahertz. I'm just doing it for test. You can actually select a range of frequencies you want it to work on this particular device. Okay, else you leave it at default so that it automatically selects a particular type of frequency for you. Okay, so in this case I can select all, or I can leave it at default. Then you move on to the antenna type, the antenna type you want. So we have 10 dBi, 13 dBi, 15 dBi, 16 dBi, 17 dBi. It's on 10 dBi, okay, which is good for me at this moment. You go on, you can adjust the distance according to. So these are just customed features that comes with it, of which you can play around. Okay, if it comes to the security, so let's create a security. It comes with the WPA2-AES encryption type, and it has this WPA authentication type, PSK or EAP. I want the default, which is the PSK. Then you type in your password. So I've typed in my password. You can do MAC access control, okay, of which you actually filter which kind of devices can actually connect to this Prism device. But I don't want that. I want any other device to be able to connect to it. So I leave it at default. These are certain advanced features you can manipulate around according to what you want to do. And when I'm done, I just need to save changes. The list. You see, I did a mistake. I enabled it. I need to turn it off. Okay. Now I'm done. Let me save it and then see. So it is asking me to change the default usernames and passwords, but I don't need that. It's still asking me. Okay, let me just change it. Admin. Okay, it's asking me to add uppercase, so admin. Okay. Alright. So now I can change it and then save. So I'm saving. Okay. Applying. Please wait, applying changes. Alright. So let me just wait patiently. Let me see if I'm still connected. Okay, I'm still connected to the Wi-Fi. But let me refresh it and see. Okay. So I've configured this. Let me check my networks and see. So it's on static. Okay, so these are the default IP that comes with it, but I want it to be on DHCP. So I've changed it to DHCP and then I save. Applying changes. You know, I'm only doing this so that I can get it connected on my laptop as well. Okay. So now let me see if whatever I've done is okay. Rocket Prism to AC. I've been asked to tap and sign in. Wow. Okay. Okay, so it's asking me for username. So this is my username and this is my password. I think I did a mistake here. Okay, so AP point to point to device model. So all we have to do is to log in with the IP we've provided, our Prism device. So this is my IP address. So I need to log in with the credentials I created. And then bingo, it has opened the interface for me. So at this point I have the opportunity and the chance to actually manipulate the device according to how I want it to work. So this is my local device. As we can see on the dashboard here, we have our local device, which is this device here with me. Okay, actually the device you are currently connected to, physically connected to, actually is the local device. The remote is the, let's say, a Prism you have at a distance you've configured already, and then it's pairing to what you currently have with you. Okay, so that makes it the remote, and then what you have with you is the local. Okay, so at this point we can see the GPS coordinates here, and it's all due to this device. It's all due to this device. If I take it off, you wouldn't see these coordinates anymore. So let's click on the coordinates. You know, it will open up a Google map for you, but unfortunately, I think I have internet, so it should open it up for me, and then it will tell you the exact location your exact place you are. So this is my GPS location. Now let's click and go into details and see how we can actually manipulate this device. So as you can see, you can actually do certain adjustments at this place. That's the wireless. Okay, you can equally do same here at the network side, the services. Okay, so at this point we have a Ubiquiti networks management system. If you have anything to do with it, you enable it, and then you enable it and do your various configurations. As you leave it at default, you have your SSH server, which is the default port of 22. I can decide to change the port because I don't want unauthorized access to it. Okay, let me just leave it at default. Your system log, when system log is turned on, you can assign a remote log IP, so that anything that happens into this device actually sends a report to this remote IP. And we have the discovery feature, which actually helps you to discover this device when it's connected to your Ubiquiti network manager system. When it comes to the system, this is the portion where you can actually upload a downloaded firmware of this particular device and version, and then you can upload it here and run it, and then your firmware will be upgraded. We have the device as well. You can change the name to suit whatever name you want. Okay, we have the air view on and external reset on as well. You have the management radio on startup. Okay, we have our date settings. You can change it according to how you want it to be like. Okay, with the administrator, you can change the password. If you want it to be read only, you click on it. If we look down here, we have the reboot device, reset to factory default, backup configuration, which is very important. One very important thing when it comes to dealing with devices like the network devices and other devices at large, what is very important to do after you are done with all your configurations is to make sure you've done a backup. Backup is needed because in case you one day mess up with the device, as in the configurations, or the device gets corrupted, and you're able to restore the device back, you might maybe forget or find it difficult going through the configurations as well and stuff like that. To make it very simple for you, all you need is your backup. So you just upload your backup configuration, run it, and then it goes back to the pre-configuration you did onto the device. Okay, so backup is very important. When you are done, you click on save changes and you are done with everything, right? Let's check on Air Magic. It's not available. Okay, because I don't have any station connected to this device. Okay, I don't have any point-to-point connected to this device, or point-to-point, point-to-multi-point connected to this device, so we are not going to see this here. When we click, these are the tools. So these are for the site surveys. Okay, these are for the site survey. Example site survey. I want to, scan and see which devices, which SSIDs are nearer that you can actually connect to. So we have this in a graphical view. You have them up here. Okay, if we click on the scan frequencies, these are the scan frequencies which are on auto. So these are the scan frequencies we actually can see when we click on the site viewing, as it's listed here. And they are almost the same thing, with the exception of this SSID. If we click on it again, air view, these are the air view capabilities we are able to see here. So with the waveform view, these are what we can see, and as you can see, there are a lot of noise in the atmosphere. Okay, we have a lot of noise in the atmosphere. The waterfall gives us this, okay, which also indicates a lot of noise in the atmosphere. And then lastly, ambient noise level. So as you can see up here, we have the hour average, minute peak. So these are some of the graphical view you can see under air view about how this device is actually working. We have the ping. So simply, if I click on the ping, I want to ping the remote device and see the time it takes to reach the remote device, right? So that you're able to have a clear view of the distance your paired devices are able to communicate, and the time it takes to reach each other. We have the trace route and the speed test, and the constellation. I'm not connected, so I'll not be able to see anything on that constellation. Speed test has got to do with the speed between both devices. Okay, so these tools actually has got to do with comparing both devices, as in how they are able to work with each other and communicate with each other smoothly. Okay, so this is you have your logs here. You actually have your logs here. You can see details of whatever has happened in this device. Okay, you can see into details whatever is happening to this device from the logs. Okay, so this is it with the Rocket 2 AC Prism. Okay, and don't forget this is a 2.4 gigahertz device, so it can actually work with only 2.4 gigahertz devices. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please like, share, and click on the notification button. Thank you for watching.
free audio library.